English flag, the original English flag behind me, and ask me what I'm doing, shaving my head because I'm like a fucking hippie. Anyway, right, this video is going to be about, these Motrox. Now, I wanted a pair of waterproofs because my old pair were leaking at the arse, so I thought, right, I'll get myself a new pair. And when these turned up, I got them off of an online site, and when they turned up, I thought they're really good because they're like jeans. They got back pockets, side pockets, like cargo pants almost, side pockets, and I was, you know, I was quite pleased with the old design of it all. Let's get rid of that fucking thing. Yes, I was really happy when they turned up. I thought, you know, really good. They got the belt loops, and the overall first impression was pretty good. But then I started looking at it, and I thought, oh, you know, it's a bit. They don't look very strong. The belt loops don't look very strongly. I just don't know. There was something about it. I thought, oh, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, they're lined, they're like padded, so they'd be good sort of winter trousers. But then you got leather trousers for that. Whether they're better than these, I don't know. But they're kind of quilted, so I might wear them in the winter when it gets a bit cold. I'm not going to throw them away by no means, no, because they're a good set of pants. But what they ain't is that. They're not that. They're not waterproof. They're waterproof to an extent, and then I'd say, I don't know, half hour of rain and your arse is wet, and then your legs are wet, and then everything's wet. So that's them. If you want waterproof trousers, I would recommend them. Now, in saying that, but the other thing was the bottoms of these. They're a bit, anyway. Now, in saying that, they might be a one-off. I mean, you get all the stickers that they've got, the Gore-Tex and the waterproof lining and all that old, you know, all the stickers you get with waterproof trousers, you get all that with it. So you just automatically presume these are good trousers. Now, I live in England. It's a green and pleasant land. The reason it's green and pleasant is because we get a lot of rain. I just think people that sell waterproofs to English people should realise that we get a lot of rain. It's like Ireland. Ireland gets a lot of rain because it's a lovely place. Although I've got sunburnt there every time I've gone. Do I get this light over? How's that? That's better. That's better. I can't see a bloody thing now. Right, now I'm going to shave my head. Now, what's your opinion on waterproofs? Do you spend? I mean, my jacket's fine. My jacket's fine. It's just the trousers. So to me, it's just about they've got to sort out where you sit, because that's the bit that gets wet. It's your crutch. Why can't they make a pair of waterproof trousers that don't leak at the crutch, for God's sake? Is it that hard? I've got an over pair of trousers, so what I'll do is in the winter I'll wear them, and I'll wear the over trousers over them. You know, like the little vinyl ones, the thin ones. I'll wear them. But it's just annoying that you buy these things in good faith that are advertised as waterproof, 100% waterproof, when many times in reality they're 100% waterproof for the first couple of miles, and then they let water in. So I don't know how they test these things. I don't know how they've tested this product to be waterproof. I mean, I had it was a phone holder. It was a phone. I've done this a little while back in one of the previous videos. It's a phone holder I've got one here. I've got something. It was similar to that. Similar to that. I've not tested this one, but it was similar to that. It's not on the bike. And it said waterproof on it. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. Now I know it did get condensation. Coming back from Germany, for some reason it was pouring down with rain. It really was. I was on the highway, really got lost track of where I was going, ended up in sort of northern Belgium instead of going to the Holland bit. But I had that phone holder and I had my sat nav in it. I just kept following the sat nav blindly, and the sat nav was taking me totally the wrong way. My own fault. But anyway, back to the blubber. Yeah, to the bed, but the inside was all condensation. That's what happened. It was condensation. So it didn't leak. It was just condensation. Now I can understand that. I can understand condensation because we all get that in our visors. Mrs. H, she said to me earlier, she gets condensation in her glasses when she puts a mask on when she goes shopping. Well, don't know what to say about that, but yeah. So condensation you can deal with. But what I did was, I thought I'm going to test this thing, see if it's waterproof. I hung it on the washing line. Hung it on the washing line, got the hose pipe out and sprayed them. I sprayed it. I also had a tank bag that I wanted to test, so I sprayed that bastard and all. And they both leaked. They both let water in. And I'm thinking, well, what's classed as waterproof? You know, what do they class as waterproof? When you buy something, what is waterproof? How long should it stay waterproof for? I think that manufacturers should make that known. Only waterproof for an hour in torrential rain. Only waterproof for 10 minutes in torrential rain. Do not use if you're riding for 3 hours in torrential rain. Because quite frankly, all we're doing is spending hard-earned or decent money for something we don't want or need. We need something that's going to keep us waterproof for a bloody long time. If I leave my house and go to my mate in Scotland, it's 6 hours. Tank, 6 hours. Without a break, apart from the petrols. Last time I'd done that, it rained. I was an hour into the journey and it rained for 5 hours. Understandably, I was absolutely soaking wet underneath the waterproof clothes. Now, the jacket I was wearing, I've still got the jacket and it still keeps me dry within reason, you know, but this was torrential rain for 5 hours. I can't imagine anything keeping water out for that long on a motorbike. And at the time it was on a Triumph. I didn't have no fairing or anything to hide behind, so it was just me against the wind, against the elements. So that time I could understand it. I think, yeah, you know, nothing's going to keep me dry and all that, because it was quite extreme. But these trousers, I don't know, not even an hour down, must have been about an hour down the road in rain, and it wasn't heavy rain, it was just normal rain, if you call just normal rain, and the spray from the cars and the lorries, that was it. So I was pretty disappointed. But like I say, what is it? What do the manufacturers class as waterproof? Because it seems like they've got a different opinion to waterproof than we have. Now, I'm not going to knock that manufacturer. I'm not even going to knock them trousers, because that come with the same stickers, the same bullshit that all the others come with. And to my mind, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who makes it, because I don't know. There's a glove, right? There's a working glove. If they line that with plastic and then they put a material on the outside and then they say that's waterproof, Right, I could do that. I could put look, what do you call it, medical glove on the inside, have this on the outside, and then have another glove on the outside like you could do, and I could say that's a waterproof glove that will keep me warm, and it will, because it's got the line in it. But what I'm saying is all manufacturers all do the same. They've got the same layers, the same levels of layers, the same Cordura, Gore-Tex. They always use these same words, the same materials. Don't know. I wouldn't say pay £1,000. I've seen adverts for £1,000 for a pair of waterproofs from these adventure bike people. You know, which I don't really understand. But I've seen adverts for £1,000 for the waterproofs. Now I truly believe, and I don't care what they say, I truly believe that if they did that same journey I did for 5 hours to Scotland, they'd be as wet as I was in that £1,000 gear. And do you know how I know that? Because the gear I had on cost £600 because it was all Triumph waterproof stuff. I had a bit of redundancy money. I invested in decent waterproofs and I bought them. So it's not as if I didn't spend money. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'd tight gear and I built a £30 pair of trousers. But these £30 pair of trousers are made exactly the same as the Triumph ones. They've got the same layers, the same levels, the same materials. Anyway, I'm going to finish doing my head. That's the video for this week. What do the manufacturers class as waterproof? And it's not like, oh yeah, I'll stand there, spray me with a hose pipe, I don't get wet, that's waterproof. No, it ain't. That's not waterproof. Go for a ride for 50 miles, 60 miles, whatever, a couple of hours in torrential rain. If you don't get wet, that's waterproof. That's the key. That's the answer. So how waterproof is waterproof? What do the manufacturers think is waterproof? Because I've got a different opinion, and I reckon so have you. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Have you had any bad experience with waterproofs? Have you got a good experience with waterproofs? Personally, I stick with the nylon overs because they are waterproof to an extent. Then they get old, then the crutch goes and you're back to square one. Your crutch is full of water. You can't win. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. You know, your experience with your waterproofs and whatever and all that, and I promise you I'll reply and have a chat with you all about what you say, what you think, what your views are and all that. Till next time, Ed from the Shed. I'll see you later.